So continuing with the chapter contents, the next topic is about the differences between a leader and a manager. So this has to be understood that leading is actually not the same as managing. Many executives fail to grasp the difference between the two, and therefore they work under a misapprehension about how to carry out their organizational duties. Some managers, although are leaders, and some leaders are also managers, leading and managing are not identical activities. Okay, management जो है वो एक ज़्यादा vast area है, and leading or leadership is a part of it. Leadership, as one of the four primary activities of the influencing function, is a subset of management, as I just said. Managing is much broader in scope than leading and focuses on non-behavioral as well as behavioral issues. Leading emphasizes mainly behavioral issues. So, merely possessing management skills is no longer sufficient for success as an executive in the business world. Modern executives need to understand the difference between managing and leading, and they should know how to combine the two roles to achieve organizational success. A manager makes sure that a job gets done, and a leader cares about and focuses on the people who do the job, as this continuum in front of you describes. That managers and leaders are actually at two ends of focus, with managers focusing more on the job itself and leaders focusing more on people. To combine management and leadership requires demonstrating a calculated and logical focus on organizational processes, along with a genuine concern for workers as people. So if we have got these two areas, managers and leaders, and we are given a set of traits or a set of qualities that are going to be presented in the next slide, we have to divide all the qualities in the correct segment, like which ones would fall under the management perspective and which ones would fall under leadership perspective. These this is the list of the traits or activities that we have to actually divide between the areas of manager and leader. Focus on goals and focus on tasks, tell it and sell it, minimize risks, take risks, encourage, instruct, go against the grain, go with the flow, motivate, approve, break the rules, or we can say break the wheel, follow the rules, then expect control and inspire trust, assign tasks and foster ideas. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a minute here to decide for yourselves which one out of the two qualities that are stated together would fall under manager's capacity and which one would fall under a leader's capacity. So let's see how this division goes about. Under leadership, we have a more focus on goals in contrast to focus on tasks under management. Then leaders, actually, they try to sell the idea. They make you convinced enough to believe in them. It's not only about telling you an idea and asking you to follow it blindly. Then under leadership, we have encouragement. In contrast, sorry, I forgot. Under leadership, we have taking risks, and under management, we have minimizing risks. So leaders actually They lead by example, and they would show you how to take risks before you are assigned risks yourselves. Then leaders encourage, and managers they instruct more, and encouragement is secondary for managers. Leaders go against the grain, they challenge the status quo, while managers, more or less, they go with the flow. Leaders would go to the ultimate level to motivate their people, and managers would approve. I mean, they are usually approached at the end of the process for giving approval, and because they are more focused on tasks, they do not worry about how the tasks are accomplished. Leaders break the rules. Again, it's much the same as challenging the status quo. And managers more or less follow the rules. Leaders inspire trust. Managers expect control, so they are not that empowering as compared to leaders. Leaders foster ideas, and managers assign tasks. That'll be it for this video.